Building a good credit score takes time, but in this video, I'm going to teach you 7 ways that are guaranteed to help you boost your credit score. If you want more free education on how to save, invest, and make the most of your money, then make sure you hit subscribe button and the bell so you get a notification when we upload a new video. Hey, my name is Lorianne. I'm the co-founder of Dow Janes, and when I first moved to America from Canada, I had to completely rebuild my credit from scratch. I didn't have any credit history here in the US. So whether you are newly creating credit, repairing bad credit, or you just want to maximize your credit score, which is a great idea, keep watching. Now, before we dig into the 7 ways to improve your credit score, let's just get really clear on what a credit score is and why it's important. Basically, a credit score predicts the likelihood that you will pay off a loan on time. It's calculated using a mathematical formula called a scoring model, and they create your credit score from information in your credit report. So why does this number even matter? Well, your credit score is used by lenders and other parties that are considering doing business with you to determine how trustworthy of a borrower or even a renter you will be. Your credit score can affect your ability to rent, get a mortgage, get a car loan, even your ability to gain utility service or employment. A good credit report and good credit score helps establish you as a trustworthy person to be in business with. Your credit score is based on 5 factors: payment history, credit usage, age of credit accounts, credit mix, and new credit inquiries. And in the US, the ratings work like this. Anything from 800 to 850 is considered an exceptional score. 740 to 799, very good. 670 to 739 is good. 580 to 669 is fair. And 300 to 579 is poor. All right, now that you understand the lay of the land, let's get into the 7 ways to improve your credit score. And to help you implement these, I've rolled everything into a handy checklist so you can follow it step by step and take action. I'll put the link to that checklist down below this video. Don't forget to download it. 7 ways to improve your credit score, starting with number 1, review your credit report. In the US, you are entitled to 1 free credit report a year from each of the 3 reporting agencies: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. And requesting one of these has no impact on your credit score. In fact, until April of 2022, these reports are available weekly to help consumers manage their finances. You can use annualcreditreport.com. That's the quickest way to get your reports. But you can also request them by calling them or downloading a report request form and mailing it in. Once you get the report, review it closely. You're going to look to make sure that everything you see on there is accurate, as errors do happen. In fact, they happen a lot. A government study found that 26% of consumers have at least one potentially material error on their credit report. So you want to look for any accounts that are not yours or that you didn't authorize, incorrect, negative information, and negative information that's too old to be included. Most negative information should be excluded after 7 years. So if you see anything that's older than that, you may be able to dispute it. If there's anything inaccurate, then you're going to take the next step, do step number 2, and dispute credit report errors. Some mistakes are simple mistakes, like a misspelled name or address, or sometimes it happens because an account belongs to someone else who has the same name as you, but it's not actually your account. Other errors are costlier, such as accounts that were incorrectly reported late or delinquent, debts that were listed twice, or closed accounts that are reported as still open, accounts with an incorrect balance or credit limit. Federal law allows you to dispute inaccurate information on your credit report, and there is no fee for filing a dispute. So you can submit your dispute to the business who provided the information to the credit reporting company, and also to the credit reporting company who included that information on your report. The Federal Trade Commission's website has information about how to dispute these errors on your credit reports, and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau's website provides additional guidance about disputing information on credit reports. I'll put links to those places down below. Number 3, protect your credit score by avoiding late payments at all costs. Of the 5 factors that your credit score is based on, payment history has the biggest impact on your credit score. So always, always, always pay the minimum balance due. Never miss a payment or be late on a payment. Ideally, pay your credit card off in full every month if you can. If you miss a payment by 30 days or more, call your creditor immediately. Arrange to pay up and ask if the creditor will consider no longer reporting the missed payment to the credit bureau. Number 4, apply for new credit sparingly. Every time you apply for credit, the lender does what is called a hard inquiry or a hard pull on your credit score. And this means that a creditor has requested to look at your credit file to determine how much risk you pose as a borrower. Hard inquiries show up on your credit report and can affect your credit score. If you think about it, what's happening is you're going out there looking for more credit, and so you become more risky to people who have already loaned you money because you are borrowing even more. So be thoughtful about when you are applying for new credit and how you are planning to use it. Don't fall for those in-store promotions where they ask if you want to apply for a credit card to save 10% on your Home Depot order today. It's probably not the best card for you long-term, and it isn't worth the ding to your credit score to apply for the card. Number 5, don't close unused credit card accounts. This may sound a little counterintuitive, but closing unused credit accounts can negatively affect 2 out of the 5 factors that determine your credit score: your credit utilization and the length of your credit history. Credit utilization is the percentage of your total credit that you're using. So if your total credit limit is $5,000 and you spend $1,000 on your card, your credit utilization would be 20%. If you spend $5,000 on your card, your credit utilization would be 100%. The lower your credit utilization is, the better for your credit score. And this one really matters. It's the second biggest factor in determining your credit score. So right behind never missing a payment, you want to make sure that you are keeping your credit utilization low. So when you close a credit card account, you are shrinking your available credit, and your credit utilization will automatically go up, even if you don't purchase anything new, because now your total available credit has shrunk. The second factor that closing an unused account affects negatively is the age of your credit history. A longer credit history is better. So if you absolutely have to close credit accounts, close newer ones. In general, it's better to keep credit cards open even if you don't use them and they have a $0 balance. Just make sure to log into your account or look at your statement each month to make sure that your card hasn't been compromised, and keep them somewhere safe. I don't even keep the cards that I don't use in my wallet. Every 6 months or so, you do want to buy something on that card and then make sure you pay it off in full. This will keep that credit account active and prevent the lender from closing your account. I made this mistake with the first card I ever got in America. I didn't use it for 2 years because I had graduated to some better cards, and they closed my account without notifying me. My credit score took a huge ding because that was my oldest credit history, and I lost all of it when they closed my account. Number 6, make payments throughout the month. You don't have to wait until your bill is due to make a payment. Pay early if you've put a big expense on your card. This helps keep your credit utilization low and improve your credit score. A good credit utilization rate never exceeds 30%, and the lower the better. So if you have a credit limit of $10,000, you should never use more than $3,000 at a time. If you have to put a big expense on your card, go ahead and make a payment, even a partial payment, quickly so that your credit utilization doesn't ding your credit score. Number 7, ask for higher credit limits. Another way to lower utilization is to increase the amount of available credit that you have. Your credit utilization is calculated both on a per card basis and across all of your cards as a total. So if you have card A that has a limit of $6,000 and card B that has a limit of $4,000, your total available credit is $10,000. You would want your credit utilization to stay below 30%, so not using more than $3,000 total. And you wouldn't want to spend more than $1,800 on card A or $1,200 on card B so that your utilization stays below 30% on each card individually. So if you increase your available credit and you don't spend more, you automatically lower your credit utilization, which will improve your credit score. Now, depending on your lender, they may do a hard pull to look at your credit score to determine if they're going to increase your credit limit or not. You can ask them in advance if they will need to do this to help you determine if you want them to actually check to see if they can increase your credit limit or not. If they do a hard pull, this will usually lower your credit score by 5 to 10 points temporarily, but it will increase it over the long run because you have improved your credit utilization ratio. However, this strategy does not work if your balance grows along with your credit limit. So do not do this strategy if you know you'll be tempted to spend more money on your card. The possible bump in your credit score is not worth the risk of putting yourself further into debt. To recap, building credit, it does take time, but it is possible to improve your credit score by following these principles. 1, review your credit report regularly, at least annually. 2, dispute any credit report errors you find. 3, avoid late payments at all costs. 4, apply for new credit sparingly. 5, don't close unused credit card accounts. 6, make payments throughout the month. And 7, ask for higher credit limits. Woo! I know that was a lot, so I put these steps together into a checklist for you so that you can walk through them one by one and actually implement them. Because to be clear, just watching this video will not improve your credit score, but following the actions that I've laid out will. So just click the link down below this video to get the checklist and start taking action. I will see you next time.